Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time to get uncomfortable with Ariel. Today is a new day. One big difference about today is I finally decided to share my channel with my social media, so my friends and as well as my family. I keep my social media really tight, really close, really small. And I was thinking to myself after the last video, talking about our scars and talking about how you need to be proud of them. I still hadn't shared this channel with my friends and my family, and I finally built up the courage to do it. And trust me, as soon as I did, I was like, oh my gosh, was that a mistake? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my. And then I said, you know what, girl? You're a boss. You have so much knowledge to share. It could have been so easy for me to leave my past in my past and brush it under the rug like everyone does. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. And in being where I am today, I really, really, really want to help other men and women get out of their relationships. So that's why I did it. That's why I'm going to continue to do it. If you are new to my channel, welcome. The name of my channel is Let's Get Uncomfortable with Ariel. The reason why I named this channel Let's Get Uncomfortable with Ariel is because we discuss topics of domestic violence, whether it is emotional abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse. We discuss all of those topics. So if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button. If you dislike this video, don't forget to press the dislike button. I'll take either one. Don't mind my bruises. It's from lifting heavy shit. I like to lift heavy. So, today, what we're going to talk about is getting your mind right. I have noticed I've been sending a lot of responses to people, and I've been telling them, get your mind right. Control your mind. Once you control your mind, you got it. I failed to realize that I'm telling people to control their mind, but I'm not telling them how to control their mind. So that's what we're going to discuss today. Before we go into that, I do want to just thank you guys for your emails, your comments, your text messages. It really has pushed me to continue on with this, and I'm so excited and I'm so happy to do so. I do want to let you guys know, and I do want to encourage you guys to write me an email, lguncomfortable@gmail.com. I am not the type of person to go and say, oh, Emily from Mesa, Arizona sent this email in. Thanks, Emily. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to discuss these things with my family or my friends. The reason why it's important for us to share our experiences and share what we went through is so that way we can help others do the same. So if anyone is worried that I'm going to share or I'm going to put them on blast, not going to do that. Not my mojo. Ain't going to happen. So let's get right to it. Back to getting our mind right. I have a couple of topics that I want to discuss when it comes to getting your mind right. Like I said, you can hear a lot of times people saying you need to get your mind right. You need to start thinking more positively. How do I get my mind right? I remember at one time my mind was so far gone, I didn't even know who I was. So the first question that comes across a lot is, how long does it take to get a healthy mindset? That comes up a lot. How long does it take for me to start thinking more positively? What's a timeline? The very first thing I want to say is it's really important for you to get into a habit of not focusing on time. And when I was writing this template down, I was thinking to myself, it's funny that when you are thinking that you want to move forward and you want to make a change, people all of a sudden are really concerned about the timeline. How long is it going to take? Is it going to be a year? Is it going to be 2 years? But when you're in an unhealthy relationship, you're not worried about time. All this time is going and going and going, and you're not at all concerned about it. Time isn't an issue. So I do want you to recognize that first and foremost. And I do want you to understand that if you're going to be so concerned about time, your mind is going to start telling you, can't happen. It's going to take too long. Nope, not going to do that. It's not going to happen. You need to focus on right now. What are you going to do right now? What's going on in your head right now that is keeping you down? You need to focus on today. You do not need to focus on tomorrow because you're not even sure if tomorrow's going to be here. Don't focus on a month from now. Don't focus on a year from now. Focus on right now. What are you going to do right now to make sure that you are healing your mind? One thing that I love is exercising. I think it's important and it helps you to improve yourself. So go on an exercise. Go and do things for you. You also need to recognize that voice in your head. And we all have it. There's a voice in your head that says, you can't go on a run. It's too cold outside. You don't have any gym. I don't have any gym clothes. You need to first and foremost recognize that voice in your head and recognize that, hey, there's that voice in my head. There it's going again. All these negative thoughts. Once you're able to recognize that voice in your head, you're able to shut it off. And it's really hard to shut your mind off when there's silence in the room. Or when you're not doing anything, or when you're bored. So going on a run, listening to music, just doing whatever you can to shut that voice in your mind off. Another thing that is a good way to heal your mind is just looking in the mirror. Look in that mirror and say, girl, you fine. How'd you get so fine? It's really important to look in the mirror and say, I am strong, I'm beautiful, and I'm one of a kind. There is no one in this world that is able to offer what I have to offer. And anybody that has the privilege of being in my presence is lucky. And look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that and go and own that day, boo. Walk out the door, put a pretty shirt on, wake up the girls. Hey, we're going out. Going out today. And walk down that sidewalk with confidence. And even if I seem crazy talking about these things, and even if you think to yourself, even if that little voice in your mind says, that girl's crazy, you can never do that, shut that thing off. Shut it off. And just do things for you. Do things that make you happy. If your mind is telling you that you're a failure, if your mind is telling you that you should be ashamed, if your mind is telling you that you aren't good enough, you're right. If your mind is telling you that you tried your best, if your mind is telling you that you need to hold your head up high, and if your mind is telling you that you are strong, you're right. So keep that in mind the next time that little voice in your head is being negative, being a little negative Nancy voice. Say, hey, shut your ass up. Hey, cutie. That's what you got to do. Number 2, I get a lot of question of when is enough enough? And I'm like, I recognize and I understand when you're in an unhealthy relationship, how unhealthy your mind is, how unhealthy you are. So as a third person looking in, not knowing your relationship at all, not knowing the circumstances you have been through, when people come to me and tell me when is enough enough, all I say is, when do you want it to be enough? When are you going to draw the line? It's important to remember, even though you've had someone in your life for months, years, however long, it's important to recognize that your life is your life. The only person in charge of your life is you. That's it. Ain't no husband, ain't no wife, ain't no boyfriend in charge of your life, ain't no fiance in charge of your life. You're in charge of your life. You are. You have the power to get up and leave if you want to. You don't need a grand entrance. You don't need for your partner to cheat on you. You don't need your partner to call you a slut, a bitch, a cunt in front of your children to say, you know what? That's it. I'm done. When you're ready to make a change, when you decide that you want to take that step, that's when enough is going to be enough. That's when you're going to say, I'm done, and you're going to walk out that door and you're never going to look back, because that is a real, that's the challenge, is walking out that door, taking that step and never looking back. And if you're not at that point where you feel like you're ready to take that step and you're ready to say enough is enough, then go back to the first topic that we discussed about healing your mind. If you're not feeling like you're strong enough to do that, then you need to start healing your mind. You need to start making yourself a priority. You need to start focusing in on what you want. You need to focus in on what helps you grow. And if your partner is not doing that for you, then you need to find yourself in a position where you are training your mind and training your body and training your soul to be able to make that move and ultimately be where you want to be, in a healthier place, in a healthier lifestyle, and one day looking back saying, I am so glad I left when I did, because I promise you, you won't ever regret taking that step. Once you are able to conquer your mind, everything else after that is going to fall into place. So it's really important for you to learn how to control your mind. Your mind is so powerful. Your mind is so powerful. So when your mind is telling you that you're not going to be able to do something, you won't be able to do it. But when you train your mind to tell you, you got this, you're going to do it. Even if you don't believe those things, if you look in the mirror every day and you say, you are so strong and you've got this. If you want today to be enough, let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. And walk out that door, even if you don't pack your bag that day. Say, you know what? I'm going to have a good day today. I'm going to look pretty. I'm going to put my makeup on. I'm going to do my hair. And I'm going to tear shit up. So yeah. Those are the topics I wanted to discuss today. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for believing in me and having enough confidence in my videos to be able to press that subscribe button. If you haven't pressed that subscribe button, press it. Okay? Now, I'm going to go and tear shit up. I don't cuss too often because my mom always says, hey, no cussing. And I'm like, okay, Mom, I'm got it. Sometimes it just slips. But I wanted to go ahead and remind you guys to like this video if you like it. Dislike this video if you dislike it. Can you guys see my mustache? Dude, my mustache is no joke. Sometimes it'll like peek out at work like, hey boo, hey. I have a wax machine and I just need to turn on. It's just hard. It's like, oh, you gotta wax a wax, put it on your mustache, put it on your this, you know? Anyway, if you're excited for the next video, go ahead and comment below. Let's get uncomfortable. Don't forget to email in lguncomfortable@gmail.com and let's get uncomfortable. Yeah! I'm so excited. So excited. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day and I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.